Hey guys. Hello. What's up? Hello. Hi. Let's find a sticker. That's cool. Hello. Eating some food. Freschetta is like the best frozen pizza. It's so good. It's not the thin crust, it's the rising crust. It's the thick rising crust. It's so good. They're another brand that uses like mostly like real ingredients and stuff. So what's the purpose of this life? This life? You mean this live? What's the purpose of this live? Oh, that's probably what you meant to ask, right? Am I supposed to get like really mad and freak out? What's the purpose of it? Go eat some food. Go eat Freschetta. Hello. Hello, everyone. Real Life Sinclair. We got some people in here. What's up? Are you from? Am I from what? I'm from Brazil. That's cool. Is it hot there right now? It's been like so chilly and rainy here lately. I wanted to do some stuff outside with you guys a lot, but it's been so rainy. I just have these songs stuck in my head, and I'm not really even sure why. I'm just kidding, I know why. I always get songs stuck in my head. Hi. Pizza. Help you? Well, are you want pizza? Go get some. Make some yourself. Oh man. It's good stuff. Big fan. Thanks. Eat the remaining in one bite. What are you gonna give me if I do? You gonna give me a sub for it? You give me a sub for it, I'll do it. Hello. This is too long. I'm about to eat more. Oh, okay. I got this? Okay. It's a lot of pizza. No. All good. That was a good point, though. It's always good to it's always good to know like the Heimlich, and stuff like that. If somebody does choke. There's actually been times that I was choking and nobody's around, and I had to do the Heimlich on myself, basically, like some sort of makeshift version of it. I don't recommend this. If somebody's around, try to get their attention, try to get them to do it. But this is actually what happened. Not telling my teeth. I was joking. I was trying to tell the person I was with, and this person did not know, and it was kind of sort of freezing up a little bit. They were kind of in shock a little bit. They didn't, and I could tell. So I had to remain calm and just do it myself. So I sort of looked around. I knew I wasn't strong enough to like physically do this, because you can't with your own hand. You can't. You'd have to like bring it all the way back and like, like it, and it's just not. You don't have enough because your arm is attached to you. You are the leverage point. So unless you anchored your arm to something, like strapped your arm to something, and then that might actually work if you put your elbow on something. But that's actually what I had to do. I had to take my own hand, like I put my fist in my hand like this, and I turned around, and I was standing in this person's kitchen, and there was a sink, and it was a little bit higher up than normal. So I had to, I put my fist right here, and I just rammed my own hand really hard into the sink, like this. And yeah, like even the first try, it just it flew out and hit the window. This is a huge chunk. I think it was bread. It just flew out and hit the window. And yeah, I did it to myself. The Heimlich, anyway. And, I've had to do it already a time after that too. It was much further down too. But the knowledge of the Heimlich, yeah, I was able to save my own ass, my own behind. Excuse me. So, I recommend always. This is just something you should know. But yeah, the Heimlich. You stand behind somebody, and you put your hand like that, and you have to push in and up, because you have to get the diaphragm. And this is not any official Heimlich maneuver training or anything like that. I'm just telling you, it's easy. It's so easy. Go learn how to do it properly. It's so easy, because you're gonna want a visual representation of what it looks like. A person and a person. Somebody's standing behind them, and then you're gonna want to see that, for how you're supposed to do it. And yeah, you have to do it, sort of, kind of do it. If it doesn't work, you do it again. It'll come shooting out. It'll come shooting out. Now, this is while they still are conscious. If they're not conscious, this is CPR, and you better be certified. Okay, don't be doing that. But the Heimlich maneuver is when they're still conscious and they're like. They can't. It's lodged. So, just saying. It's a good thing to know how to do. Guys hear me do that a lot, right? I'm just simulating a roll. Is all I'm doing with that. So it's now you do your rolls. Just like that. I'm simulating with fingers. That's it. It's fingers. It'd be like doing scales. It's a lot like doing scales, except I'm doing it with like drum beats. It's very similar to running scales on guitar. Except based more on 2s and 3s. Yeah, because it's just a rhythmic pattern that you're keeping the beats, and it shouldn't be too complicated. Unless you're good at that. Some were, right? Some amazing drummers in history were good at technical riffs while being totally relaxed about it, right? Dave Grohl doesn't understand he does this. He's the one. He doesn't get it. I've heard him talk about his own drumming too, sort of like almost like he doesn't understand how good he is. He really doesn't get it. I think he doesn't appreciate the fact that like he did this when he was younger, and he always did this, and how good he is, how much better he is than everybody else. You know what I mean? It's sort of like me with martial arts. I'll explain it to somebody, and it's like, unless I'm doing it in front of them and stuff, a lot of times the explanation, is lost in translation. It's that sort of thing where you explain it, and until you see him do it, you hear the complex rhythm, and it's like, it sounds simple because it's Dave Grohl doing it. It sounds simple, and it looks simple, and then you try it, and you're like, what the? Like, some of that Queens of the Stone Age stuff, I'm like, that sounds simple enough. It just sounds like fast stuff. And then you sit behind the set, you try to do it, and you're like, that's more complex than it sounds. He's actually doing a lot more there. And he just does it because it's totally just second nature to him. Just like with Zach and all these other greats that they start getting good at an instrument, or any real skill that you get good at. You eventually you get so good at it, you don't appreciate. You're just that far from everybody else that started, and might even be still good at it, really good, but you're just that much involved that you really can't appreciate how much further behind, so that's why a lot of those people help out, and well, I think actually Zach does recognize that. He used to do like guitar clinics and stuff like that, and give tips and stuff. But yeah, Dave is the one guy, he doesn't give himself enough credit. He really doesn't, because again, he really is one of the best drummers, and not just because he played Nirvana. Nobody thinks the drumming in Nirvana is like noteworthy or anything. We're not talking about that. No, we're talking about everything else. We're talking about the fact that he was a drummer in Foo Fighters until halfway through their career. I get that Taylor Hawkins was a drummer and he was damn good, but Dave Grohl was the drummer on the album for half of the time. Did you know that? Yeah, all the way up until Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grace. The Pretender. All the way up until then. It was Dave Grohl. Only until recently did Zach even invite, like on Black Label Society, the most recent guitarist to dual solo and stuff, even alongside him, just because I think he's such a perfectionist. He just wants it to sound. It's not anything personal. He just wants it to sound a certain way. I think that's just how he is. just like with Michael Jackson, like, well, somebody's gonna do my guitar solo, it better be like, I don't know, Eddie Van Halen. It's the same sort of thing. And, you know, he did the solo, he did the stuff on Beat It. Which is probably why the guys today that listen to metal and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, Beat It, that's a pretty good song. Yeah, alright, I can admit that one's pretty good. Because it's Eddie Van Halen. How come you're always such a fussy young man? Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran. Now, don't you know there's starving kids in Japan, so eat it. Just eat it. I often remember the Weird Al version a little bit better. Sometimes. Like a surgeon cutting for the very first time, like a surgeon. I love Weird Al. He's so funny. The video for that was great. He's like he's like goes spinning around and stuff like he's Madonna or something in the video. It's so funny. He does like Madonna dance moves in it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. With my scalpel and my forceps and retractors. Oh, 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 ooh, ooh, yeah, ooh, baby, yeah, I can heartbeat for the very first time. Isn't it next to mine? Not the original. I think it's the original. Al was really funny. I listened to I have a little bit of memory lapse here. I think it was his album that I actually got first. Because I'll be honest with you, I know that Black Sabbath's Paranoid was arguably my first album, but I also distinctly remember begging my mom to take me to a music store so I could buy Alapalooza. And I thought that was actually my first album, even thinking back to the memory as I bought it. I distinctly remember noting it as my first album. And then very shortly after that, I just loved music. I needed Paranoid because I was always listening to Black Sabbath too. You know, it was the sort of thing where like I'd have to ask people and stuff like that if I could listen to their CD or something, and I just needed to start getting it, you know, my own. So yeah, definitely Black Sabbath's Paranoid, but also yes, also Alapalooza. The one with Achy Breaky Song. MacArthur Park was the first. Not MacArthur Park. I'm sorry, Jurassic Park. That was the original. Jurassic Park was the first song. Dun, 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 dun. I recall the time they found those fossilized mosquitoes And before long, they were cloning DNA. It's good stuff. And then, like, because of Weird Al, I started listening to country music and started appreciating country music. I don't really listen to country. It's not something I listen to, just so that you know. It's like way, way down there on the list, but I listen to some artists. And I appreciate country music for what it is. It's just not one of those ones I listen to. But because of Weird Al, I immediately was obsessed with Billy Ray Cyrus for the longest time. And I went and I begged my mom again when I was younger. You know, like, this is the sort of thing where, like, this was the stuff that I got when I was a kid, was, you know, like, concert VHS tapes, cassette tapes. I had a Talkboy tape recorder. Stuff like, I would literally just sit here and record myself singing. I probably have a tape somewhere of me singing "Oh Christmas Tree." I you know, like, I literally would just do that when I was a kid. And I would just practice singing in my Talkboy tape recorder and stuff like that. But yeah, because of Weird Al, because he covered so many artists, I just was able to hear so many different genres of music, and it wasn't just one thing. It wasn't like metal or just pop. You know, like, I've already mentioned before that one of my first introductions to music was actually Elvis Presley. That was when I was really young. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't ever caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. They said you was high class. Well, that was just a lie. Okay, so, you know, I mean, it's still in there. It's literally still in there. Just, I Step on You was probably my favorite one. I liked the Team of White Horses. The way he went up with that, because he doesn't usually go up a little bit higher with that. So I just, you know, at the time that was cool. And anyway, I liked, you know, I liked classical music. I grew up listening to soundtracks and stuff. You know, obviously, what was the Nutcracker? Nutcracker was the one, like, I was, like, obsessed with. I literally dun 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 dun. It was just stuck in my head forever. I could remember entire classical pieces. They're all in my head. I was always able to do that. I can remember all of it too. Every instrument. Not just one. I know what every instrument's doing. I can remember it all. So, like, that's where I was just like, yeah, I like music. And it was just obvious if I like classical stuff. Yeah, I actually sit down and I actually listen to it. Yeah, I like music. And it was because somebody had a party or something like that. There was you know, people over or something like that, or I was at her house. I was younger, and, you know, just there was a party going on, and somebody put in Iron Man. That's what happened. Somebody put in Black Sabbath's Iron Man, and all I heard was. I was just fixed. I was fixated immediately. It's such a hook. It's amazing. And then, yeah, just dun, 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 dun. Yeah, like, immediately, I knew what to do. I had never bobbed. I don't think I really bobbed I used to dance to music. I don't ever really think I bobbed my head. I immediately knew what to do. It was like instinctual. And so that's the point, is like it was everything after. They were playing all kinds of stuff. At the time, I think they were even playing Rammstein and stuff like that. So like I wasn't picky about it. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool too. So I was pretty exposed to some pretty heavy metal, pretty early on, and just didn't have any type of negative connotations toward it. I loved the Grateful Dead too. Mexicali Blues. I grew up listening to Mexicali Blues because that was the danceable one. Dun, 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 dun. But it was just because like again, somebody was playing it or something like that, or somebody else was into it, so I was into that. I've really never had any friends or knew too many people into Sublime, so I never really found out too much about them until later. And then I found out that they were that song I kept hearing on the radio all those years. Like, oh, that's Sublime. Oh, the band with the sun, and see everybody with the shirts at the concerts. Okay, that's Sublime. Okay, got it. I just never. So there's just always these bands, like even some of the guys. I think Zach actually just said recently in a video too that he grew up. He never even really listened to Queen growing up. It's not like he has anything against them. He probably fully respects them and everything. He's just not something he listened to growing up. And it's the same sort of thing where, like, there's probably just this whole genre of music, like Rush and stuff. I love Rush and have a huge respect for him now. But I never really listened to him that much. And I'll be honest with you, people tried to... They really did. I had people in the past that were like, well, you should like... And it was always like a phase with me. Like, they were never heavy enough, or they were never this. Truthfully. And then, like, as I got older, I was like, yeah, I should have just liked Rush. There's nothing wrong with them. They're a really good band. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It truthfully was, was it 30th or the 20th? South Park did a concert over in Boulder, Colorado, for their 20th or 30th anniversary, whatever it was. And it's all on YouTube. You can go watch it. It's really, really awesome. They do South Park songs right there live, and it was so much fun. But Rush actually came out as a gift to one of them. From the other, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they're really good friends now, and obviously created the show together. So it was a gift from one to the other, because he didn't know that they were going to be there. So I thought that was cool, and Rush really did come out and play a song with, and Ween was there. Ween and Primus is the band that did their theme song. And I love Primus. How do you not love Primus? Great musicians that don't shy away from racket. Don't shy away from causing too much noise and stuff like that, and being obnoxious with their instruments. You gotta love it. Primus was there, and Ween was there, and a phenomenal show. But also, like the songs they put on with the rest of the crew was great too. They had a whole lineup of backup vocalists, all women, because of the higher pitched vocals, and they were just phenomenal. They were just so good. And like I said, Primus and Ween were there playing the music with them the whole time, and it was great. It was a great show. You can watch it for free. It's totally on YouTube. Just watch the whole thing if you want. It's fun to see them go through like some of their old songs that you kind of laughed at, grew up watching, and stuff like that. And it's like cool to see it live, and not the character, but them doing it. It was cool. So anyway, that was my introduction to Rush. More recently, more fairly, I should say, because I didn't really give him a fair chance. The funny thing is, I loved Styx. I always loved Styx. So you'd think if I love Styx, I'm gonna like. I honestly never gave him a chance, and this is kind of why I know, like, there's plenty of genres of music that if people just gave it a chance, you get what I'm saying. Which is like what a lot of my message was on here when I was reacting to K-pop and stuff like that. That's actually why I like Super Junior and certain K-pop groups, because it's not what you think. They have a band, and like they're playing real instruments a lot of times, and a lot of these guys really, they don't like the auto tune. They would much rather hear the vocals and stuff like that too. So, the more artists and performers and stuff listen to that genre of music, the more they can put that in it, if that makes sense. The more it has to be for a demographic, the more commercial it gets, if that makes sense. And then, because it's for a specific audience, then if you like it and give it a chance too, and like I do, and it has that chance to kind of branch out and be respected as more of a lasting thing, like new metal. Just, man, people can keep loving that, and there's nothing to not like. It's phenomenal. But you guys know the bands I mean when I say new metal. Immediately you get bands that come to your mind. So this is called a legacy. This is a lasting impression, and this is what K-pop should do for a number of artists, not just BTS and Blackpink, because that's who's going to come to your head when you think of K-pop. Or Psy. I think for a lot of people it's Psy. And that's okay too. Psy's amazing. But Super Junior has been doing it since 2006. Yeah. And it's good music. A lot of it's really good. A lot of it's really passionate. M&S. This Is Love. Like just real pieces of art where like they put a lot of themselves into it. A lot of that's in the lyrics, but I also love how a true dancer is able to interpret what he's saying with his lyrics, and sort of kind of like you have to interpret so the lyrics are interpreted through dance. It's an interpretive way of dancing, and this is what ballet was designed to do. It's not supposed to be cringy and make you feel weird or anything like that. No. It's just that you can't shy away from bodily expression. And, it can't feel weird. It has to be as natural as possible, just like dancing. That's why the biggest nerds on the planet are the worst dancers, because they're so stiff. They're just afraid to get out there and act like a fool. No, you're not acting like a fool. You're just dancing. If somebody else thinks that, that's on them. Who cares? That's the point. And then also to be interpretive with that dance too. Like, again, I love that main dancer from Super Junior, he was handpicked by Michael Jackson, and he even turned it down to stay in the group. I don't like to say he turned it down or anything like that in a toxic way. Just he wanted to stay with Super Junior. And so, like, it just is a true testament to their skill, his skill, and everything that they're capable of. But, you really see a lot of the Michael Jackson influence, in that dancing and stuff like that. And it's just his way of doing it, too. It's not even just Michael Jackson. It's just him. And so it's cool because... if you grew up watching these guys, like an icon like Michael and other icons that were dancers, and now that's kind of that generation, the 80s style of music and stuff like that. Arguably, yeah, like a lot of that is sort of in the past, and it's not what it used to be. Now it's like, who plays guitar the best or something like that, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But also give respect to the best dancers and stuff too, and the best of whatever it is they're doing with their art and their music. Because I'll tell you what. I watched. I wasn't able to go to unfortunately a concert of Super Junior, but I was able to digitally go to a concert. During COVID, I did purchase tickets, and I was able to watch them live. And I'll tell you one thing: I've seen BTS. I've seen BTS. I think 5 times, 4 or 5, something like that. BTS is phenomenal too. But Super Junior, truthfully, there was something immeasurable about the way they were able to perform and make me and make the audience feel the performance and feel part of it by how good they are with that performance, how practiced it is, just all right, hear me out here. Go look up a video called Burn the Floor. Super Junior Burn the Floor. And the actual video, you're going to have to scroll past the little intro. There's some song intros and stuff. Scroll past that, get to the video. There's a little video where they start off and it's like a light. This is the absolute essence, core essence of what you can do with, again, it's just a room. All they did was just film this in a room with some lights. And it's so epic. And the music's epic too, but the performance just, it's the sort of thing where even if you're not a dancer, it's like, damn, that's good. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, it's sort of like when BTS showed up at, nobody had heard of BTS. Like, a lot of us that listen to K-pop, obviously we did, and we got them there, right? All of us that listen to K-pop, sure. That was the point, but the rest of them didn't. And even Jared Leto was speechless, right? He came out after, he was like, that was amazing, or something like that. That was the whole point, was that they blew everyone away. Nobody has seen anybody be that good at something and that disciplined with something that they do for a long time. And there's something to be said about an individual that spends that much time perfecting something, being disciplined, being a good person. That's why you don't necessarily idolize, but you think of them as idols, because it's somebody that you can look up to as somebody that is a model person, citizen, doing right, disciplined, giving back to the society, making money in the process, but then also being a model person, a good person and creative too. So, that's sort of the point is to just recognize that we've come a long way from the people that called themselves artists back in the day, right? And they used to just, be a bunch of people that were the first to do something, so therefore they were recognized for it. And it's just that was the case in the 80s. Who was it that who made the joke? I forget who it was, but it was so funny. It was like one of the guys, it might have been even a Motley Crue. I forget who it was. I was watching it Behind the Music or something like that. And I remember the joke was, he said something like, in the 80s, if you had a double bass drum, you'd just get signed. Basically that was the joke. You just get, as long as you had 2 bass drums, you're signed. Hair metal and all this stuff was so popular. And this is the point, is that's where it's a phase. Hair metal, yes. Like where like you're glamming it up and it's a phase. You get what I'm saying? And that was the whole point is that's why nu metal worked. Because it's not a phase. It's just music. It's just guys putting out some damn good music. That's why. Because it's not a phase. Just like Black Sabbath wasn't, if Led Zeppelin was, there's guys putting out some damn good music. The Beatles, same thing. That's why. Pink Floyd, same thing. That's why it's timeless. That's why, like, and that's the single solitary way that you can tell that it's going to be timeless, that it matters. And also, like, I get that all these people. All right, so what? Here, I guess Creed had this thing where. Let's just talk about this for a minute. Everybody went to a Creed concert, and everybody that went, I guess, sued the band for, like, being, like, the worst concert ever or something. I'm not going to talk about that. That is what it is. Here's what I do think, though. I do think that people need to get a refund for things and not be so whiny about stuff. To sue the band, I just, again, I get that the singer went through some stuff. I get it. And I get that, you know, maybe this had an effect or something on the band. Okay. But he's over that, right? And he admitted it, right? And he went through some stuff or whatever. Why is this anybody's business? Like, this is the point. Like, can we still just fast forward to today when we all still listen to Creed? And then you hear the song come on, you're like, oh yeah, I haven't heard that song in forever, that's a good song. And then you remember it's Creed, and then you, being you just have this sort of thing in the back of your mind, and just, oh, it's Creed. No, why do you do that? Just listen to the song. You like the song. You like it. Just like Nickelback, you like it. Oh, it's Nickelback. I can sit here and give you plenty of Nickelback songs that are just heavy, super heavy, and then they just have this reputation where people are like, oh, they're dad rock or something like that. That's not a negative connotation, though. The dad rock, that's actually a positive. That's not negative. I would take that as a huge compliment if I were them. That's not negative. Not at all. We all know what people were saying. And then these people all have tickets to their shows. You know, it's just the same stuff. It's the same stuff. They're just pointing the finger at the singer because that's the thing they're going to blame it on. It's not that. Creed was a good band. They have plenty of songs that I pull out of nowhere. And I think that he redeemed himself. I watched a live performance that they did. And the singer's back. And this was, I think, only a year ago. And they did it live. He didn't have any alterations. You can tell it was just him singing. And damn, he sounded good. Damn, he sounded good. He sounded better than ever. He was like, you could tell he actually worked hard on this. So, go listen. Respect that. Because he fixed it, man. He listened. He needed to. And then now you're going to just... So anyway... Anyway, aside from that, Creed Creed is Creed's still good. I like Creed. Some nice heavy stuff there, but then like you got that melodic feel to it too. And Nickelback, Flat on the Floor, man, Because of You. Two songs immediately that are just heavy, just right off the top of my head. Flat on the Floor, Because of You. I like Because of You. And then Burn It to the Ground. I always confuse it with Burn It Down, Burn It to the Ground. Sorry, I wanted to say it right this time. That's really heavy. They make a lot of party songs for sure, but so maybe they have a lot of good times. And they want like good tunes to listen to it too. It's kind of usually how it works. I'm not the only one. You have to realize that like part of the reason why music evolves and changes is just like me, these guys get older too and start respecting more genres of music too. And almost to the point that they feel the need to incorporate it. This is what they listen to now. So they're inspired by it. That's it. Now, what's cool is when you get artists that know what they're doing and they incorporate like different genres from like overseas. That's cool. I like how The Offspring has incorporated like Spanish music sometimes and stuff like that. Like this concept. It's really cool. Definitely worked very, very, very well in their music. Loved it. And Super Junior did the same thing. They even worked with a Spanish group. They worked with Leslie Grace. They did a whole song with her. It was a great song, too. Lo siento. It's good stuff. But Ultra Vest was good, too. Ultra Vest. Baby, one more time. This is dance music, man. What a shame that somebody feels this way. What a shame. After warning you that it's all being investigated, that it's illegal to do that. What a shame that this person still doxes my chat. What a shame. Let me get some more Code Red. Yeah. Day after day. So I want, so I want, so I want. It's all I want. Yeah. I love the Offspring too, obviously. You guys know that. They're way up the list for me though. Like I've always listened to them. My favorite album is Americana. This is the band that like every day on the school bus. What was in my CD player, you wonder? Like every day I'm on the school bus and I'm riding to school. Yeah, because we didn't have smartphones. We didn't have, well, we had iPods and MP3 players, but they weren't very good, and you really didn't have them. You didn't have them. You had portable CD players or, portable tape players and stuff. So cassette tapes. But when I went to school, yeah, we had CDs. And yeah, Americana. As soon as that came out, I man, I had a little Philips. My Philips would always last forever. The Sonys wouldn't get. They would break if they got dinged up a bit. Like they were in the bag, the book bag, they would get messed up. The Philips, man, that thing would smack into the locker, that smack into this and that. It would just be fine at the end of the day. It would still be fine. So the Philips lasted. I always used that. And it had the best anti-skip protection. Remember that shit? You were sitting on the bus and it would just always skip. So I had to have that one. And yeah, every day I remember just Americana every day. Right at the beginning. Sometimes I'd actually play the last track first because I like Americana. I'd actually play that first and then I'd just start over. And I was the one fall asleep with my head on the window. So yeah, yeah, definitely The Offspring was one of those bands that never left my CD player. There's a lot of bands that were like that, but The Offspring is one of them. Ozzy was probably the most common one that wouldn't leave. Gee, back in school, there's a lot of heavier groups I didn't listen to yet. Korn, I did though. I listened to Korn. That was probably as heavy as I got. I didn't listen to Slipknot yet. Not in school. That was after. Disturbed. Killswitch Engage was the gateway for me for heavier metal. Killswitch Engage combined what I liked with the screaming because I didn't want to hear it every word. And Bullet was another band that came out that bridged the gap too, because I had a hard time saying I didn't like them because it was such good music. It was so talented. Like it was undeniable. It was such good stuff. And like they're just so super talented. So like all right, like it was just really really good and some creative stuff. So it was really hard to deny, but truthfully a lot of what I liked about the metal that was heavier was that yeah, I could listen to that and hear exclamatory screams and yells and there was a reason. It felt like there was a purpose in the song. Like he was exclaiming something. It wasn't the whole way through. And so thus having a purpose for it, more of a reason and stuff like that, and it gives it more purpose. You know, it sort of kind of takes everything out of it if you just do it every song. It's everything you do. So it just kind of ruins it. But so Killswitch, in my opinion, does that pretty well. And the funny thing is, they actually scream quite a bit, but they know what they're doing. It's good music. There's other bands that can, in my opinion, moderate it properly, at least for my ears. And maybe somebody wants to hear that. Maybe somebody wants to hear somebody scream the whole time. That's fine. Whatever. You want to hear what you want to hear. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. The same reason I don't want to hear somebody with a bunch of auto-tune over there. If something's correct in your voice, what's there for me to listen to that I can hear some skill or something like, yes, you're doing that. It's not what I listen to music for. In my opinion. Yeah, just when I want to hear a little bit of talent in there, that's all. That's what I listen to. I listen to the inspiration, I listen to the music part of it. So, yeah. It's more of a thing where like I'll hear that and I just I don't like it because I know it's like correcting it and doing it automatically and half the time it's they sang like a monotone or something like that. Actually, if you sing monotone, yeah, it's easier because then they can move it around wherever they need to. They always know the original resting point of the pitch. It sounds a little more uniform. It's just, yeah. I remember when Auto-Tune came out, everybody was just nonstop using it. It's like, okay, can we can we sing some stuff now? But yeah, I'm glad that people started realizing what that's for. You know, you get older, like you're one of these guys. You've been putting out songs for decades. People love you. They want to hear your songs. They want you to do them. But you just can't get to that point anymore. But they still want you. Because you're you. You know, you're Ozzy, you're whoever. I'm not saying Ozzy's doing that, because Ozzy doesn't, trust me, Ozzy ain't doing that. But, you're whoever. I think you should be allowed to get away with, and people should not give you shit for using auto-tune. If you're an older guy, you've been doing this forever, everybody knows you're good, they've heard you plenty of times when you were younger, they've heard you sing, you should be able to get away with, because again, they want you to do it, and you're still putting on the show, maybe you're playing guitar too, maybe you're putting so much effort into this, you're still putting on a show for them. But you just can't quite get to the pitch you used to be able to. Yeah, don't kill yourself, man. You still deserve to be able to do the same things, if not better, than you used to be able to, because you're a more responsible, smarter, more disciplined individual now. But you just can't hit the same keys that you used to. And people want to hear that music. So yeah, use auto-tune. Fuck, who cares? They can go watch the old performances when you used to do it for real. They can go see that stuff. It's all over YouTube. You know? I know a good example is I don't know, I'm not saying that they use this or anything, because I don't think they necessarily do, but I know like for example, like plenty of bands have had lots of live shows that are like music videos, sort of, and they've recorded them like there, like for the video. So like it's really good too, really good quality. Why don't you just go watch that, man? You don't need to. You know, the whole point is they want to be able to put on that show for what you paid for. They want to give you your money's worth. They don't want to. Yeah, they actually genuinely want to be able to do that. And so when they fall short, they're willing to try to do anything. At the end of the day, it's a show, man. Okay? Now, again, I understand the people that are calling out the vocalists that are kind of cocky or something like that. And all that, you know, and they haven't really done much, and they're not great, and they're just using autotune. That I understand, but at the end of the day, if they're not doing that, and they've been around, you know they're good, why you give them a hard time? Let them age. Nobody expects Tony Iommi to blast through a solo like he used to. I sure hope nobody expects Kirk Hammett to blast through a solo, because that guy could fire off a solo almost faster, if not faster, than anybody else I've heard. Just about. I mean, he's up there with some of the faster ones for sure. Everybody knows that. You really think he's doing that now? No. And I don't think they're trying to pretend like they are. No, the tempo's like a whole step slower. I don't even think they're trying to hide that. Nobody's hiding this. No, it's all about tempo. Nobody's trying to hide this, man. It's just the people that use it as propaganda and use it to smear the band or something like that. Like, there's this whole guy, he's just one of the most arrogant guys you'll probably ever meet. And he's really smart, brilliant. He probably would have this brilliant career, too, if he wasn't such a dipshit. He has an entire YouTube channel dedicated to talking about how certain artists and bands have gotten lazy with writing their guitar work over the years. And Metallica and Kirk Hammett is one of the ones that he typically spends a lot of time just smearing. Listen, dude. I'm going to tell you this once. And listen up. Because you need to remember something. And now listen, it could be in good fun. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of negativity in the comments and on the channel and in the community and stuff like that. And this actually does affect things sometimes for the band. You know, like real life trolling and stuff. I'm just going to say this once so that you understand it. Okay? They are Metallica. You're not. That's it. No, you didn't invent Master of Puppets. You didn't invent Injustice for All. You didn't come out with those things. You didn't come out with some of the greatest rock power ballads of all time, rock songs, metal songs of all time. You didn't do that. All you're doing is copying their style and saying you can do it better because you've had all these years to sit there and study and learn how they do it. You're a copycat. Trying to say you do it better. But if you didn't have them, you wouldn't be doing it in the first place. You're a parody artist. You should be doing it like Weird Al and like Leo with Frog Leap Studios. He recognizes he's just doing parodies and covers. He ain't trying to be all cocky and arrogant and egotistical about it. And he recognizes the original artist. He doesn't sit here and try to say you can do an entire album and say that their new stuff's lazy or this stuff's lazy or... No. They just changed how they wanted to do that album. So what? He did a simple solo for once. Okay. Big deal. Yeah. So like it's just playing on this. So you have to realize we have entire generations that don't understand what trolling is. And that's kind of a lot of what I sort of do here is like people don't really, they live this trolling nature. They actually do it. And actually, you see it in the chat. Like, this is the point. We have entire generations of people treating people as if it's a normal everyday thing to just harass people and treat them badly. And like, that's just how they function. And this is the point, is to have this message to kind of teach people right from wrong, because apparently nobody else did. You know, like where people think that the thing to do when somebody is down in their luck is, you know what I mean? Like, go cancel them more and stuff like that. No. Supposed to lift people up, be nice. Just so much cancel culture out there, you know. So anyway, I guess we got talking a lot about music. That happens with me. That'll happen with me. Yeah, The Offspring's really, really, really good. Our young future was so bright. Whoa, the neighborhood was so alive. Whoa, every kid on the whole damn street. Great song. I love Americana. The whole thing's great. Pretty fly. Love it. Get a job. Love it. Love the whole thing. She's got issues. That's the other good one too. Mean being sensitive, but I really hate that shit. And I said, yeah. Anyway, it's just a mood song. It's not a forever song. It's a mood song. You have to understand the message. I don't know why you're messed up. Sorry. It's still funny to me. I don't know why you're home. It's supposed to be a joke. That's why it's supposed to be funny. You're supposed to laugh at things in life and try to get over them like that. Yeah, Americana. Doom, doom, do-do-do. Do-do-do. Doom, doom, do-do-do. There's so many lyrics I would choose not to sing in that song, right? Except the one I say all the time. It's just constant in that song. Whoa, 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 my dreams come true. I am the product of my environment. I just work here, but I. It's just funny. It's also heavy too. I typically like the heavier songs. I like Can't Repeat too. That's a good one. And Want You Bad. That was one of the ones I liked way back. If you could only read my mind, you would know that things between us and mine. Do. Times open. I can't. I don't remember the words there. I'd have to look it up. Can you see? I want you. That's a good song, though. I know more words than like the political stuff. Because those are the ones I pay attention to. I think it just resonates more and I end up wanting to sing along with it more so I remember it more. I think that's what it is. Like Stuff Is Messed Up. That's a good one. I like that whole album though. I like Nothing Town. Nothing Town I used to freaking I would just play that in my car all the time though. Cause like it's such a like the like the tempo's just that's why I'd play it. It's more it's a lot of it's the music for me. Do 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 this complicated it is overrated busting out of this shitty little town green grass and colored lenses down these picket fences. It's good. Ow. Well, that was interesting. Ugh. When your joint goes crunch because you've been sitting too long. There we go. I'll just adjust. Yeah, it's lots of the Offspring now in my head. Ixnay and the Umbra was a great album. Great album. Was that one video they did with the dudes in the wheelchairs, like with rockets on the back? That was fantastic. I love that song. What the heck was that? Dude, do 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 do. It's like something like that. Man, I gotta remember what that is now. Crap. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Love that song. It's been a while since I actually thought about it. It's true. But I like them all. I did listen to that one quite a bit. Trying to think of like my favorite video is probably Pretty Fly. I liked the actor, and then the actor that played the dude, you know, the guy that they're talking about the song, he went on tour with them, and you can go look up. They did a live version of that song. Now I have it on their greatest hits video collection thing. It's a DVD you can get actually, and it's on there. And no lie, the dude comes out during the song, like the crowd's just freaking out because it's him from the video. It's really him too. And he starts dancing around, he's shaking his behind and stuff. It's just ridiculous. It's exactly what you'd expect. And he's raising the roof like a nerd, and he just looks so out of place, but like he belongs too. Like it's everything it's supposed to be. And then and he just jumps and he does a stage dive too. Go check it out. Seriously, it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, I would spend... Sometimes I'd watch that thing on repeat. I'll watch it, and it's so good. I'll let it play again, and I'll start, like, cleaning up the house or something. I'll clean up and just let it play, because it's, like, I just love The Offspring. And, yeah, like, they have, like, I just... Because I think there's a collection of, like, live performances on there, too. I think that's what it is, now that I think about it. Because they have a list of videos, too. Yeah, I know it's a DVD with, like, a silver case. It's, like, a silver case and their usual sort of, like, Offspring, like, skull thing. Yeah, it's just a collection of videos from, like... This is even before Rise, Fall, Raging Grace. It was actually, like, probably right before that album, too. Hello. So, like, you have to realize that, some of that newer stuff's not even going to be on there. But, what was really cool was to see them do live, like I said, that, and that was actually from the original tour, too, so that was just so cool to see that from way back, and then, it was cool to see them do The Kids Aren't Alright. Americana was, I think, one of the newer albums at the time. I think they were still... were they on Splinter at that point? I think they were on Splinter at that point. Like, Hit That and all that. I think. But anyway, yeah, The Kids Aren't Alright was really cool to see that live, and that was such a good performance. I really liked that. I loved Noodle's guitar. I can see the guitar. His guitar was cool. I remember Dexter having a cool one, too. Yeah, they had a cool stage for that. Like, just everything looked really cool. It was a good show. It was cool. I love The Offspring. They have some really, really funny, good videos. Get a Job was great because, like, the video for that, he rides in on, like, He just literally rides in like he's what is it, like parasailing, like the thing that you glide for is a glider basically. He just glides in with a glider, puts it down, and just starts singing the song as they're walking. And then like all these other people just start joining him, and just all this crazy stuff's happening. Good stuff. Mm. The Offspring was in a movie too, weren't they? What's that movie? I remember. Crap. I feel like it was a horror movie, but it wasn't really. It was more of like a joke, like a funny horror kind of. Idle Hands. Yeah, they did. They were the band that performed, and oh, I forgot they performed "I Want to Be Sedated." But yeah, that was Idle Hands, I think. Probably "Want You Bad" was probably like their new song at the time. Just thinking about the time period, it's probably around there, I think. But that's the movie I was thinking of. Wasn't that? Doesn't that have Jessica Alba in it? Not Jessica Alba. Yeah, Jessica Alba, right? Yeah, it had Seth Green, Jessica Alba. It's such an old movie. Yep. I actually liked Days Go By as well. Even like the newer stuff I actually like too. I like Days Go By. Um Dirty Magic was good on there. OC Guns was good. I actually thought the whole album was pretty good. That was one of the ones I listened to, like, just sort of start to finish. I even like Dividing by Zero. Do 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 do. That's a good song. Everybody knows Self-Esteem, obviously. I actually did let the bad times roll. I actually did like that song, even though that was a newer song. I actually thought that was hit the nail on the head with everything at the time, obviously, and what's happened after. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You can do it. Until the break of dawn. Yeah, Dividing by Zero, that one. The one with like the video that's like all animated. It's such a good song. It's like really fast paced. It's actually very similar to Hammerhead, similar feel, but different, obviously. Different song. But yeah, like a similar sort of kind of feel. I love it. I, for the life of me, don't know why Days Go By doesn't have more views. Go watch that. It's such a good song. Dun, 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 tonight. You won't say goodnight. Yesterday's pictures lost in time. Never enough. Towers crumble to dust. Looking back on the moments of our lives. All your anger and all your hurt, it doesn't matter in the end. Those days go by, and we all start again. What you had and what you lost, there are all memories in the wind. Those days go by, and we all start again. Stars super bright, seasons change overnight, as we find a way, the times that come and go. No backing up. Rises above, but the weight comes to carry you back home. All your anger, all your... I listen to that one a lot. All days go by. I'll start again. What you had and what you lost, there are memories in the wind. I don't know, there's like, obviously the breakdown changes up a little bit. And he's like, what you have, what you lost, what you have, what you lost, those days go by, those days go by. Yeah, it's a good song. I was looking up, I was just looking at the list of music videos to remind myself of the songs with music videos. But yeah, that's a good one. Obviously. Yeah, Come Out and Play is fun. I like that one. That's a good song. I think it was on Splinter. That was a good release for them. It felt like it was, like one of those timeless ones, just instant classic, Dun, dun, dun. You gotta keep them separated. Do 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 like the latest fashion, like a spreading disease. Kids getting struck from the way to the classroom, getting left with the greatest of ease. Gangs take out their own campus locale, and if they catch you slipping, it's over, pal. The one guy's colors and the others will mix. They're gonna bash it up, bash it up, bash it up! Hey, hey! You're talking back to me. You gotta keep it separated. Hey, hey! Disrespecting me. Taking them out, you gotta keep them separated. Ain't on mine. Come out and play. Do do do. Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was just that's an older song, it's an old song. It's an old song. It's the sort of thing where it's like, yeah, it's just it's like, this is the sort of thing where it's like, at the time that was coming out, I'm sure, like, they were young. They were just talking about the stuff going on at the time, Everybody's young once, Can't Get My Head Around You is a good one, too. Can't get my head around you. Do 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 do. That's a good one. Oh, I'm losing time. Deep inside her soul, there's a hole you don't wanna see. Every single day, what you say makes no sense to me. Even though I try, I can't get my head around you. Do 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 do. Someone in life is alive in front of me. It's such a good song to listen to. Oh, you get up, get up, get up. Oh, do 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 do. I'm not gonna butcher it in the few seconds I have left. So seriously, good song. I love the Offspring. Go listen to it, man. I don't have any time left. I'm sorry. Thanks, guys.